Hi friends, how are you? I am Gopal Desai here. In uh, English session today, right, for standard 11th, we are going to discuss a supplementary reading, lesson number 4, Albert Einstein at School by Patrick Pringle. See, uh, be with me and open your textbook, right, and move in the textbook with my audio explanation. Now, in the beginning, that means in the second phase after the title, Albert Einstein, 1879 to 1955, is regarded as the great physicist since Newton. You know what do you mean by physicist, right? That means a very well-known, physician, that means good command and having a numbers of research in the field of physics. In the following extract from the young Einstein, the well-known biographer Patrick Pringle described the circumstances which led to Albert Einstein's expulsion from a German school. That means this extract or this lesson is taken from a great biographer, Patrick Pringle's one of the most well-known creation, the young Einstein. And today we are going to learn about the Albert Einstein schooling, how he was in the schooling, and which kind of problem he faced in the schooling, that we are going to discuss in this lesson. See, so remember two things, the dates 1879, 1955, right, that is the life period or Einstein life, right. Then the lesson is taken from the young Einstein by Patrick Pringle, and the lesson is about Einstein schooling, right, or Einstein in a German school. Okay, now the lesson is too long, contains 4 pages, so I am going to discuss you about the phases of the lesson. In the first phase, Einstein faced a history teacher. In the second phase, Einstein wants to leave the school. In the third phase, he does the attempt to leave the school, and finally he left German school. Okay, so these are the 4 phases in which the lesson is divided. Now let's read the textual explanation, right. Now the lesson is in a dialogue form, the communication between the characters, okay, and automatically through the communication the characters or the story create. Okay, now let's read. In what year, Einstein asked the history teacher, did Persian defeat the French at Waterloo? I don't know, sir. Why don't you know? You have been told it often enough. I must have forgotten. Did you ever try to learn? Asked Mr. Braun. Mr. Braun is a history teacher of Einstein. Okay, so here the communication given on this page is between Einstein and history teacher Mr. Braun, who is very cruel teacher. No, sir. Albert replied with his usual unthinking honesty. Why not? I can't see any point in learning dates. One can always look them up in a book. Mr. Braun was speechless for a few moments. You amaze me, Einstein, he said at last. Don't you realize that one can always look most things up in books? That applies to all the facts you learn at school. Yes, sir. Then I suppose you don't see any point in learning facts. Frankly, sir, I don't, said Albert. Then you don't believe in education at all? Oh, yes, sir, I do. I don't think learning facts is education. Now, on this page, right, the dialogue is given between history teacher Mr. Brown and Einstein, in which the history teacher asked the dates of Persian and French war. Then Einstein replied that I don't know the dates. Even he said, I'm not interested in learning the dates, right? I am interested in reason rather than the dates. So the history teacher said, if you're not interested in learning the dates, then you must not interested in education system. Einstein said, yes, I am not agree with the present education system of learning facts, right? So the spark or the gap, right, thinking gap started or present in between Mr. Brown and Einstein on this page. Now on the second page of the lesson, see, in that case, said the history teacher with a heavy sarcasm. Heavy sarcasm. Sarcasm means bitterness. Bitterness means kadwas. In that case, said the history teacher with heavy sarcasm, perhaps you will be so kind as to tell the class the Einstein theory of education. Albert Fluss. I think it's not fact that matter, but ideas, he said. I don't see any point in learning the dates of battles, or even which of the armies killed more men. I would be more interested in learning why those soldiers were trying to kill each other. That's enough. Mr. Brown's eyes were cold and cruel. Right? Cold and cruel is a phrase. That means he becomes so angry. Cold and cruel means we don't know what a lecture from you. We don't want a lecture from you, Einstein. You will stay in for an extra period today. Although I don't imagine it will do you much good. It wouldn't do the school any good either. You are disgrace. I don't know why you continue to come. It's not my wish, sir, Albert pointed out. Then you are an ungrateful boy and ought to be ashamed of yourself. I suggest you ask your father to take you away. Albert felt miserable when he left school that afternoon. Not that it had been a bad day. Most days were bad now. Anyway, but because he had to go back to the hateful place the next morning. He only wished his father would take him away, but there was no point in even asking. He knew what the answer would be. He would have to stay until he had taken his diploma. Going back to his lodging did not cheer him up. His father has so little money to spare that Albert had been found a room in one of the poorest quarters of Munich. Munich is a place of lodging where Albert Einstein stayed during the schooling. He did not mind the bad food and lack of comfort, or even the dirt and squalor, but he hated the atmosphere of slum violence. His landlady beat her children regularly, and every Saturday her husband came drunk and beat her. But at least you have a room of your own, which is more than I can say, said Yuri. Right? Yuri is a new character, right? Albert Einstein's friend, Yuri. Only one friend. When he called around in the evening, at last, you live among civilized human beings, even if they all are all poor students, said Albert. They are not all civilized, Yuri replied. Did you not hear that one of them was killed last week in a duel? And what happened to the one who killed him? Nothing, of course. He is even proud of it. His only worry is that The authorities have told him not to fight any more duels. He is upset about this because he hasn't a single scar on his face to wear for the rest of his life as a badge of honor. Oh, exclaimed Albert, and these are the students. Well, you will be student one day, said Yuri. Now, if you see in the beginning of the lesson, right, the first paragraph, that means here, starts from in that case and ends with Albert pointed out, right? So in this phase, the history teacher became very angry with Albert's answer. He said that, right, Albert replied that I am not interested in learning the dates, but I am interested in learning the reasons why Persian made a war or Persian soldiers killed French soldiers. What was the reason? I am interested in learning the reason rather than remembering the date. He said that, right, what was the ultimate reason that human beings killed each other? So history teacher said, punished him and said, stayed into extra classes at the end of the school today. And at the same time, he replied, he realized that Albert said, it wasn't a fruitful for me that to stay in a extra coaching because I didn't do any much fruitful in extra coaching. And after that, the author represents, right, Albert's life in the Munich. Munich, as I told you during the reading, that Munich is a place where Albert's lodging was there. It was very poor lodging, and Albert even did not like to stay there. Albert was not dissatisfied with the food and service given over there, but Albert was totally dissatisfied with the civilization over there. Here, the example is given of one woman. One woman was beaten by her drunkard husband on every Saturday, and woman beat her children. So that caused a very panic atmosphere around when Albert stayed. And even the boys who stayed there, right, they also fought with each other. And here you see in this paragraph, but at least you have a room, right, going back to his lodging did not cheer him up. So in this paragraph, the incident is also mentioned that one of the boys, right, was killed during last week. They fought with each other. Boys who stayed there, right, might have any issue, and they fought with each other and killed one boys. So that was also same for, and also leading Einstein toward the dissatisfaction. Only hope that Einstein wants to leave that place. He deserved that my dad take him away from this lodging and boarding school. But at the same time, he knows that his father was very poor and hadn't enough money, right, to make an entry of Einstein in a good school in a civilized atmosphere. So finally, he condemned to live there. That means even though he didn't like to stay there, he didn't like to learn in that school, but due to the poverty of his dad, he condemned to live there. Okay, so this was our explanation on page number 2. One of the important character and only friend of Einstein, Yuri, right, was introduced in this page, on this page. And communication given in the last 3 paragraphs between Yuri and Einstein. Yuri said, okay, at least get dissatisfied that you have your place to say you belong to one room, right? That's a matter of satisfaction. Otherwise, don't expect any civilization where you stay, right? Don't expect any civilization where you stayed around. Now on the third page, if we move, see, again the dialogue start, right? I doubt it, said Albert glumly. I don't think I will ever pass the exam for the school diploma. He told his cousin Elsa the same next time she came to Munich. So Elsa is a cousin, right, of Einstein, and introduced in this communication given on your textbook, page number 3. So he frankly told to his cousin Elsa, who came to visit Einstein, and he said, I don't think so that I can complete the diploma. He told his cousin Elsa the same next time she came to Munich. Normally she lived in Berlin. Berlin is a capital of Germany, where her father had a business. I'm sure you could learn enough to pass the exams. Albert, if you tried, she said, I know lots of boys who are much more stupid than you are who get through. They say, you don't have to know anything. You don't have to understand what you are taught. Just be able to repeat it in the exam. So Elsa said, right, don't be frustrated. That means he motivated Einstein that you must complete your diploma, because Elsa said, I show many of the students who are more stupid and under intelligent, right? That means under your intelligent level, they also can pass or complete the diploma. Then how can you say that you cannot complete the diploma? So she tried to motivate Einstein, but Einstein's problem is different. Einstein's problem is not academic problem, but problem of civilization. Okay, that's the whole trouble, said Albert. I'm no good at learning these things by heart. You don't need to be good at it. Anyone can learn like a parrot. You just don't try. And yet I always see you with a book under your arm, added Elsa. What is the one you are reading? A book on geology. Geology? Rocks and things? Do you learn that? No, we have hardly any science at school. Then why are you studying it? Because I like it. Isn't that a good enough reason? Elsa sighed. You're right, of course, Albert, she said, but it wouldn't help with your diploma. So here Elsa asked that what are you studying now? Then he said, I'm studying geography, right? Then Elsa said, geography? Geography means mountains, stones, right? And sea, rivers, etc., etc. But it's not a subject in diploma. Then Einstein said, I'm interested to study it, right? I don't care that whether it helped me in diploma, right? I just want to complete, or I just want to read it due to sake of my interest, to complete my curiosity. And there is no any science in my diploma, and I am interested in science, but there is no science. So Elsa advised, according to her intellectual level, said that don't read geography. It will not help you in diploma, school diploma. Apart from books on science, his only comfort was music. And he played his violin regularly until his landlady asked him to stop. That wailing to get on my nerves, she said. There's enough noise in this house, with all kids howling. Albert was tempted to point out that most of the time it was she who made them whole. But he decided it was better to say nothing. I must get away from here, he told Yuri. After 6 months alone in Munich, it is absurd that I should go on like this. In the end, it will turn out I have been wasting my father's money and everyone's time. It will be better for all if I stop now. And then what will you do? Yuri asked. I don't know if I go Milan. I am afraid my father will send me back. Unless his eyes gleamed with sudden idea. Yuri, do you know any friendly doctors? I know a lot of medical students and some of them are friendly, said Yuri. Doctor? No, I have never had enough money to go to one. Why? Suppose, said Albert, that I had a nervous breakdown. Suppose a doctor would say it's bad for me to go to school and I need to get right away from it. Okay? So now on this page, on the third page, right, first I explained the communication between Elsa, then Albert's cousin, who was studying in Berlin and came to visit Einstein in Munich. And Einstein explained that I couldn't study or I couldn't learn by heart such a topics, historical topics and other topics. I'm interested in geography, right? And apart from science book, he was interested in music, right? So he played a music, but his owner, that lady, right, a wife of drunken husband, beat on Saturday. So always stopped him and said, right, there is enough voice produced in this house by enough voice produced by kids. So I don't want more voice, right? The lady said, and she didn't allow Einstein to play a music more. So finally, Einstein decided to leave Munich, and therefore he talked to Yuri and searched in a doctor who can issue him a medical certificate of nervous breakdown, and if the medical certificate issued to the Einstein managed to escape himself from schooling. So what happened? He talked to Yuri and asked him that he haven't any friend, right, who is a friendly doctor. Then Yuri replied positively, right? He said that I know numbers of doctors who study in a medical colleges. So we can easily get medical certificates that help you to leave the school. Now on the last page of the lesson, that means on the fourth page, I cannot imagine a doctor saying that, said Yuri. I must try, said Albert, to find a doctor who specializes in nerves. There are plenty of them, Yuri told him. He hesitated for a moment and then added rather reluctantly, I will ask some of the students if they know one, if you like. Will you? Oh, thank you, Yuri. Albert's eyes were shining. Wait a moment, I haven't found one yet. Oh, but your will. And if I don't know if he will be willing to help you. He will, declared Albert. I am going to have a real nervous breakdown. To make it easier for him, he laughed merrily. I have never seen you looking less nervous, remarked Yuri. A day or two, a school will soon put that right, Albert assured him. Certainly he had lost his high spirit when Yuri saw him next. I can't stand it any longer, he said. I really shall have a nervous breakdown that will satisfy any doctor. Keep it up. Then said Yuri, I will find a doctor for you. You have Albert's face lit up. Oh, good. When can I see him? I have an appointment for you for tomorrow evening, Yuri said. Here the address. He handed Albert a piece of paper. Dr. Ernest Well is a new character. Dr. Ernest Well, is he a specialist in nervous trouble? Asked Albert. Not exactly. Yuri admitted. As a matter of fact, he only qualified as a doctor last week. You may even be his first patient. You knew him as a student then. I have known Ernest for years. Yuri hesitated for a few moments. He is not a fool. He warned Albert. What do you mean? Don't try to pull the wool over his eyes. Pull the wool over his eyes, right? To means try to speak lie and hide the lie. That's all. Be frank with him. But don't pretend you have got what you haven't. Not that you would deceive anyone, Yuri added. You are the world's worst liar. Albert spent next day wondering what to tell the doctor. When the time arrived for his appointment, he had worried over it so much that he really was quite nervous. Now see, if we talked about the page number 4, right, of this story. Now the communication started between Yuri, his friend, and Albert Einstein, in which Albert Einstein, right, requested him to find a doctor, and finally Yuri succeeded to get one doctor who can issue a medical certificate for Einstein, and that medical certificate helped Einstein to leave the school. And the subject is, right, nervous breakdown. So Dr. Einstein expect that doctor write down that Einstein having a nervous breakdown, and that nervous breakdown, it's not due to that nervous breakdown, Einstein wouldn't be able to attend the school. So ultimately, from that certificate, Einstein managed to escape himself, right, from schooling. So finally they got the appointment, and Einstein started to think about that how he talked with doctor, right? Because if doctor insulted him that you are a liar, even you don't have a nervous breakdown, and you want me to write down that you have a nervous breakdown, so it caused a trouble, right? So such a negative thinking, or war of lots of negative thinking started, and that made Einstein nervous. Now on the next page, page number 5, I think it's a last page. I don't really know how to describe my trouble, Dr. Well. Right? Dr. Well is a new character. The full name is Dr. Ernest Well. He began. Don't try, said the young doctor with a friendly smile. Yuri has already given me a history of the case. Oh, what did he say? Only that you want me to think you have had a nervous breakdown, and say that you must not go back to that school. Oh dear, Albert faced well. He should not have told you that. Why not? Isn't it true then? Yes, that's the trouble. Now you will say there's nothing wrong with me, and you will tell me to go back to school. Don't be too sure of that, said the doctor. As a matter of fact, I am pretty sure you are in a nervous state about that school. But I haven't told you anything about it, said Albert wide-eyed. How can you know that? Because you would not have come to see me about this if you hadn't been pretty close to a nervous breakdown. That's why. Now, said the doctor briskly, if I certified that you have had a nervous breakdown and must stay away from school for a while, what will you do? I will go to Italy, said Albert, to Milan, where my parents are. And what will you do there? I will try to get into an Italian college or institute. How can you without a diploma? I will ask my mathematics teacher to give me something about my work, and perhaps that will enough. I have learnt all the maths they teach at school and bit more. He added when Dr. Well looked doubtful. Well, it's up to you, he said. I doubt it will come off, but I can see you are not doing yourself anyone else much good by staying here. How long would you like me to say you should stay away from school? Would 6 months be alright? This is very kind of you. It's nothing. I have only just stopped being a student myself, so I know how you feel. Here you are. Dr. Well handed him the certificate and the best of luck. How much? Nothing. If you have anything to spare, invite Yuri to a meal. He is a good friend of mine, and yours too, I think. Albert had no money to spare, but he pretended he had and took Yuri out to supper. Now on this page number 5 of the lesson, see the communication on this page, the communication between doctor and Einstein started, in which in the beginning of the dialogues, Dr. Einstein was so nervous and he said that he explained or he talked to doctor that you may suggest me to go to the school back. Then the doctor said, don't worry, right? Your case is told by Yuri that which kind of problem you faced over here. But I did not want to suggest you to go to school back. But doctor said, tell me what you will do after leaving the school. And Einstein simply replied, right, or replied with the honesty that I will back with my parents in Italy and joined any institute in Italy and learn maths over there, right? Because I am interested in maths and geography rather than these boring subjects. Then doctor agreed. Doctor said that if you are not happy and nervous over here, then very shortly you can have a nervous breakdown. So simply, right, please go to Italy and enjoy yourself. Doctor simply issued a medical certificate to Einstein, and he handed over a medical certificate to Einstein. Einstein left the place. He asked money, but doctor denied to take any money because he is a good friend of Yuri. So finally, Einstein got a medical certificate. Now, if we talked about 6th page of the lesson, then the dialogue starts. Isn't it wonderful? He said after showing Yuri the certificates. Yes, it's fine. Yuri agreed. 6 months is a good period. This way you would not actually be leaving the school, so if the worst comes to the worst, you will be able to come back and carry one for your diploma. I will never go back to that place, Albert assured him. I am going to take his certificates to the head teacher tomorrow, and that will be the end of it. Don't forget to get a reference in writing from your mathematics teacher first, Yuri reminded him. Now, what happened? Einstein showed a medical certificate to the Yuri and he was happy. And it was mentioned in the medical certificates that Einstein means unable to arrive school for the 6 months. Then both the friends got happy and congratulated each other, right? Then Yuri remind that take a medical reference certificate from your mathematics teacher, so the leave of 6 months can easily sanctioned by the headmaster. Now that's a saying too much, sir said. Okay, I'm sorry. Mr. Coach willingly gave Albert the reference he wanted. If I say I cannot teach you anymore, and probably you will soon be able to teach me, will that be alright? He asked. That's saying too much, sir, said Albert. It's only the truth, but alright. I will put it more serious. It was still a glowing reference, and Mr. Coach made the point that Albert was ready immediately to enter a college or institute for the study of higher mathematics. I'm sorry you are leaving us, although you are wasting your time in my class, he said. It's almost the only class where I am not wasting my time, said Albert. But how did you know I am leaving, sir? You wouldn't have asked me for this reference otherwise. I thought you would wonder. There's nothing to wonder about Einstein. I knew you were going to leave before you knew yourself. Albert was puzzled. What did the teacher mean? He soon found out before he had a chance to ask for an interview with the head teacher. He was summoned to the head's room. Now, see that this part, right, the part as I that I read. So the communication start or the dialogues between mathematics teacher and Einstein represents. Mathematics teacher said that I know, Albert, you want to leave school, right, and I don't want to waste your time over here. That Albert said, no, sir. Mathematics class is the only class where I learn by heart. Rest of the classes I feel bored. Then mathematics teacher having a good understanding skill and purely educated heart. So he said that if you leave the school, definitely after 6 months you will learn me because I know your mathematics skill. So only the school at Munich, mathematics teacher was the only person who accept Albert's excellency. Rest of the teacher. So as he wanted to visit headmaster's office, but there was a summon. Summon means official call, right? If we make any anti-constitutional act, then the court, right? Any of the court can summon us. That means call to ask the question or call for justice. So that is called summon. So that summon for Einstein from the head office. So now see, he soon found out before he had a chance to ask for an interview with the head teacher, he was summoned to the head's room. Well, it saves me in trouble of having to wait an hour or two outside, he thought. He hardly bothered to wonder why he had been sent for. But he vaguely supposed that he was to be punished again for bad and laziness. Well, he had finished with punishment. I'm not going to punish, the head teacher said, to Albert's surprise. Your work is terrible. I'm not prepared to have you here any longer. Einstein, I want you to leave the school now. Leave school now? Repeat Albert Einstein. That is what I say. You mean, said Albert, that I am to be expelled. So in the last phase, right, Albert was dismissed by headmaster. His headmaster said that I cannot keep you more here because I am afraid with your activities. That means the question you make with the teachers, your behavior in the classroom, right? So with headmaster dismissed Einstein, and Einstein was happy because ultimately he wants to leave the school, and that was a good offer, right, or better offer by headmaster given to the Einstein. You can take it that way if you wish, Einstein. The head teacher was not mincing words. The simplest thing will be for you to go of your own accord, and then the question would not arise. But said Albert, what crime I have committed? Your presence in the classroom makes it impossible for the teacher to teach and for the other pupils to learn. You refuse to learn. You are in constant rebellion, and no serious work can be done while you are there. Albert had the medical certificate almost burning a hole in his pocket. I was going to leave anyway, he said. Then we are agreement at least, Einstein. The head said. For a moment, Albert was tempted to tell the man what he thought of him and of his school. Then he stopped himself without another word, holding his head high. He stalked out. Shut the door after you, shouted the head. Albert ignored him. He walked straight on out of the school where he had spent 5 miserable years. Without turning his head to give it a last look, he could not think of anyone he wanted to say goodbye to. Indeed, Yuri was almost the only person in Munich he felt like seeing before he left the town he had come to hate almost as much as the school. Elsa was back in Berlin and he had no other real friends. Goodbye and good luck, said Yuri when he left. You are going to a wonderful country. I hope you will be happier there. Now, on the last page, the communication or the dialogues between headmaster and Einstein is written by the author. Einstein called by headmaster, and headmaster clarified, right, you are dismissed from the school, because Einstein asked the reason, and the headmaster clarified, in the presence of you, right, there can be hardly possible to make any serious education activities, because you always talked with the rebellion spirit, right? You always talk against the people. You always talk against the system. You always talk against the teacher. You always talk against the theory and facts given in the textbook. So for us, your presence in the classroom is harmful for the teachers, students and school. So you are dismissed from the school. Ultimately, right, Einstein also deserved that. That means he wants to leave the school. So finally what happened? Einstein left the school and he didn't shut the door of principal and never looked back in the school, right, where he spent a miserable 5 years of his life. Yuri was the only person whom he wants to meet, and Yuri said, okay, go to the beautiful country Italy, right, or Italy, and enjoy your life, right? And finally both the friends depart and Einstein leave the school. So this is your lesson. I try my best to explain it, right? And I try my level best to come to your mind. That means reach to your mind, reach to your level. Even though if you have any doubt, any question, any conceptual discussion, right, then don't hesitate, right? Please call me on my number. Now your homework. Here we do have only 3 questions. Write down in your textbook, right, and take a photograph, make a PDF file and send to me, right, as soon as possible. Only 1 week time is allotted to you to send your homework. After that I will not assign. So thank you very much. Thank you.